say, Kings Lynn, I love Kings Lynn. Kings Lynn Corn Exchange, Jane McDonald, one of the best concerts I've ever seen.
Shane MacDonald?
Jane McDonald. Who's Shane McDonald? Jane McDonald at the Kings Lynn Corn Exchange. I loved it. Anyway, let's do your baubles.
Oh, come on then.
Let's do your baubles.
Right, so we did the gold. Can I show, this is what we did, sorry. I'm terrible for this. Have we got a camera to go there?
Yeah, we have. We're there. It's coming in. Don't you worry, my lovely. There you go.
There you go. So we did a really nice gold emboss, and I showed you how to do a bit of a drop shadow. And so what I wanted to do is do the same thing. Now, this is one that Jane did for us, and I thought, right, we'll keep it simple. So if you want to know how to get some fantastic embossed work done, look back at the 3 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Right. And what I want to do now is I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to simplify this. This is done in white. Okay. So you can see Jane's done this. And what I'm going to do is take one of these baubles, and I'm doing the same thing with white on designer paper, just as Jane has done. And then we can decide now. So, you know, only one bauble instead of 2, clearly. But we can, for example, with companion papers, we can change the background. We could go really bright and vibrant, nice, dramatic, with designer card. But what I want to do is show you, like, let's have a look at the difference between this one and this one. Now, Marcus, if you could do me a favour and just come in on this. Let's take a closer look, and then I'll show you how easily we can do this. So, if you look at these 2 baubles there, you'll see this is as flat as a tack, isn't it? It's just
it's flat as a tack.
It's very white embossed. It's nicely done. But if we look at this one, you can see that these look very dimensional within, don't they?
Yes.
And also, it's a lot darker around here.
It gives it a curvature. It gives it dimension. It gives it authenticity.
Yeah. So let's fast forward now. Let's just scoot to one side, and we'll take this piece. Let's assume that we know how to emboss. We've done that. We did that at 3 o'clock. Now we're going to take our mask.
2/3 of this collection has gone getting busier and busier.
Is that right?
Yeah, 2/3. I wouldn't lie, Barbara. I can't lie.
So now...
Get told off.
I'm going to pop that on there. Now let's get it right, Gray. If you're going to do it properly.
If you're going to do it good.
Let me take my tweezers. There we go. And then what you do is you slide over until you're happy with the position. Excuse my head if I'm in the way. Like so.
Perfect.
That'll do. Right, now you can see there's an echo of white around here. So what we're not going to do is use a black ink pad, a black archival ink pad, because if we do that, then the black solvent-based ink pad will just kill the white. It will, right. So we're going to use a water-based, a dye-based.
So we're going for a distressing.
But just a distressing,
black soot.
Black soot. So it's black, but there you go. And then what we'll do is we'll take a spot-on sponge. We have these.
Yeah,
these are great.
I mean, with that Cat P&P, always get your extras, especially when you're saving money at Christmas at the moment. And maybe use your Get 5 Back code, of course, if you're spending over £30, excluding your P&P. If you've not used that already, don't forget you've got to use it once and once only during the event. Maybe tonight is the night to do it. Have yourself a grey Christmas, not necessarily a white one, a grey Christmas, a rather grey Christmas.
Very good. But you can see here it's light, right? And you can't really see how much this is affecting the outside, right? Just smear off. You use this as your sort of launch pad for the ink.
And just like a smudge of that black soot.
Yep. And the longer if you pound, it will get darker and darker. Like if I want this to be really black, that will get darker and darker. Do you see how the white's still staying white? And if I take a tissue, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I just wipe it. What I'm doing is I'm cleaning the ink off that white. Do you see how it's coming back white again? And if I lift this off now, you'll see how much it really makes its highlights and lowlights.
That makes it pop.
Yeah, very much so. And then on the inside, it's quite interesting how that works, isn't it? And then on the inside here, a couple of little tricks. First of all, you can take, for example, we've got pergoliners or colouring pencils of any description, right? And in here, I've got a white. Yeah, there's a white. Where's my white one? I've got a better looking white one than that, but here it is. There it is. I knew I had it somewhere.
It was there.
So pergoliners, these are superb. And if you look here, you've got 20 watercolour pencils, and then you've got 16 basic pencils. These are like blending pencils, or like polychromos. They're oil-based, wax-based pencils.
If you want to go for the pergoliners, we'll get over there up on the screen. Ross, our producer's there already. It's like a coiled spring.
And what?
$26.99. Sorry, Barbara.
No. I'll just show you. If I take like, see even on black card, these come out really nicely, and they also work really well. So if, for example, I go in every other one of these, what you'll see is, if you go in every other one, it creates the illusion. There you go, it lightens it. Do you see how it's lightening it? Yeah, you can. Perfect camera work. Right, so here we go. So, and the good news is that it's exactly right. So you're always going to get the every other one. And then at the same time, let's take, for example, every other one of the red, right? So you go into, because what I'm going with the red on this one. So it's all about the highlights and the lowlights. So if I go in, so you're not necessarily, but because they're the opacity of these, do you see how sharp these are? And I'm not even pressing that hard, but you can see.
They're solid pencil these as well. They're not crumbly, but they are fluid without being crumbly.
There you go. And the lovely thing is that the embossed line, it just keeps you inside. And if you want that to be whiter, then you just go and you take next generation, you just keep going, and you'll find that gets whiter and whiter as you apply layers. But that, in a nutshell, very, very simply, is how to create the illusion, you see. Now, the only other thing I wanted to show you on here, if I can just show you, see how it's got a little bit of bling, a little bit of glitter? Right, the mapping pens are back in the building.
Yes, do you know, they were gone for ages, and finally they're back.
Finally.
Are they part of the collection, aren't they? Or do we have it on its own as well?
Now, let me see. We've got a...
Because we had them on their own, but we also had them as part of a
bigger deal. We have. Where is that? I did have it here.
We'll get the details coming up.
I wonder where that is. I did have it right in front of me.
What you lost?
Well, it was a bundle, and it had that.
I've got a picture for you, don't you?
Here it is.
Oh, it's behind us. There you go.
Are we talking about the pergola?
Yeah.
Here it is.
There you go. So you get your mapping pen, the sticky ink, and then you also get your fabulous glitter in there as well.
There we are.
It's fabulous.
It's a very good kit. So you've got the Wow embossing glitter powders. Yep. They're great because they're really ultra fine. So
and
for
this mapping pen,
great.
you can stick it in the sticky ink if needed.
Yes.
What are you going to be doing with it now?
Right. So let me show you. The sticky ink is ideal for me because it doesn't dry. There's no race here, right? So you've got your sticky ink, right? And it doesn't dry. Top tip though, Glynis's husband.
I love this.
Yeah. He made me one of those. So it stops you being tempted.
Was it you or Paul who told me? Yes, thinking it was one of the Perga glitters, and they picked it up and tipped it up to tip the glitter out.
You only do that once,
the sticky ink.
Yeah,
so imagine that sticky ink went everywhere.
So what you're going to do is the mapping pen, it's like a calligraphy pen really, and what you do is you just grab a little bit of the sticky ink, but the lovely thing about it is that it doesn't dry until you apply something to it. So for example, now I can add these little dots, let's say, okay? And the mapping pen will give you that detail, like really lovely. Then you just load up again, okay? And then you just press. This is to get, there we go, look. How about these are stars? How about this is snow? You know, when you're doing the Funky Houses village scene, okay?